Hey guys, this is the 5th devlog of my game Parasorm, the MMORPG that I currently solo developing. In this build I added a lot of new features, also improving the current features. So let's jump in. First things first, we have loading screens. So, also we got trading. So I can click on a player and invite him to trading. So it opens up a trading window for the other player. And from here we can... Wait a second, I need to sword with this one. And yeah, from there we can do trading. Let's invite him for trading. Put in the sword we want to give him. Accept the trade. And then we have the item in our inventory. Let's just equip it. Also, in addition, we have the auction house. So from here we can search listings from other players and also see our listings. So, but let's just put some copper ore inside, like 4, price per unit 1 gold, and create listing. So you can see the listing in the auction house. Also, let's just go to the other client and we just can buy the stuff and it lands in our inventory. This is just a small concept, so we can search for the items we have currently in the game, categories, and it currently counts only for stacks, like we can only buy 10 in the price of 10, in the price of 1 gold. So, but later we can just buy 1 instead of buying stacks. And that's for the auction house. Okay, I have reworked the whole skill system. I had in mind to develop a MMORPG, like a Classless system, but then I came to the problem. I want to have a lot of skills, where you have a lot of possibilities what you choose. You can do like mage, increased thrust damage, and then you can also go into warrior, learn to strike and increase physical damage. But how should we combine this? We can also make like notable points, like if you spec into this, your thrust damage deals physical damage. But then we have a problem, a lot of mathematical stuff, like that doesn't make any sense to, like it doesn't feel good to keep developing on the system. So I thought a bit, and Parasorm has some lore stuff that got some awesome themes, like a Graft priest as an example. It takes organic matter from the organic waste. And then I thought, let's just make theme-based classes. Like you have your typical warrior, you have a puppet master, you have like a Slag Mancer, something like that, to make sense in the lore of Parasorm. So, and then I reworked the skill window and the whole skill system. So you have skill classes. Let's just say these are classes. You can spec into any class you want, but you need to level it again from 1 to 50. Like, to get into the talent tree, to make class quests, to gain armor for this specific class. Like, every class will have its own story. Maybe if you pick the Graft priest, you go into the organic waste and learn about this class, what whispers he uses to cast his spells, like something like that. And his whispers is like magic in this universe. Okay. Also, every class got its own theme and its own class resource. So, for warrior, we got a typical build up and spend. So let's show. We have our class resource here. This, let's say, we build up combo points. Let's just charge this one. And we build up points, which we can spend on other abilities. We can also use interrupt. And yes. This is a small preview of how classes should work. So every class got its own resource. So, we also have the Graft Priest. The Graft Priest uses Cellular Hunger as his base resource. Cellular Hunger builds up by using abilities that heal allies. And also, if we are on 100 of our class resource, we go into Hypergrowth. So we get stunned for 5 seconds, but heal up for 50% of our max HP. Like to have some mechanic we can use in combat. As show you as an example. So we heal the players. We can also use a hot, which builds up cellular hunger, that more people got a hot. Let's just use some different spells to build up the cellular hunger. And as soon we go on empty, we see a warning. So take care because we are soon on 100. And as soon we are on 100, we go in Hypergrowth. We are stunned for some seconds and we build up max HP. And we also can use the flash crafting. We build up cellular hunger. As soon we have 30, we can use it to spend on a player. But this has also a negative effect on us. We lose 10% HP, so we use our own flash to heal other allies with cellular hunger too. And also, we got an AoE effect for enemies. As soon they stand in, they get damage. And we gain cellular hunger. The more we spend cellular hunger with this AoE. We can also cast some offensive spells, like the Biodeconstruct. It decreases the armor by 50% of the target. So we have a mix of offensive spells and useful spells, like for allies. We have also an AoE effect, which spreads a cone in front of us. And we can spend cellular hunger too with this ability. Also, an AoE heal, which puts the heal over time effect on every ally that stands in this circle. So we also have the Slag Mancer here. We have our class resource, like we can build up 4 Slag. So if we use damage abilities, we build up 1 Slag. We have also instant cast, which builds up to 1, and also a comet, which builds up 3. And then we can use the Slag on an spender ability, so we can select the target and make an instant cast of it. So this is like a build up and spender. Build up 4 stacks and use the spender ability. And this is just a base rotation, how the class should work. I also added a big new feature, mounts. So we can use our mount to get onto it. And it's very important to have a different movement set out of the basic movement set with our character. So we have mount movement. So as soon we ride on the mount, it gets increased speed. The more we drive with it, the more we run around with it. And these acts like as vehicles. They have their own HP. Let's show it as an example. Let's activate some PvP. So we have this mount got its own HP pool. So let's just damage this one. And as soon the mount is dead or the vehicle is on 0 HP, the character dismounts and gets stunned for like 3 to 5 seconds. It's not implemented currently, but this is how the system should work. Like to have avoidance to permanently just mounting up, running around without consequences. Like if you are in PvP mode, you should have the possibility to bring some negative effects on mount riders. And also, with this vehicle system, there comes a seat mechanic. So if a player mounts up and he's in group, he can jump on the mount you're currently riding. So we can drive around with a player and he just uses the seat of the mount. So this gives us possibilities to make like other vehicles like tanks. One takes the seat of the turret and shoots around while the other player is driving around with it. And yeah, also the flying is currently implemented, but it's not final. We should have dynamic flying. So not like that. So the mount always moves, even if you are flying. So if you don't fly anymore, the mount just slows down and going to the ground. And yeah, the first mount. There will come more, maybe with some customization. It's very easy to implement with the current systems. And yeah, also finally got the portraits working. Since they were buggy and they didn't work correctly, I just reworked the whole system to have like a portrait manager which handles the stuff. So every single entity got its own portrait. As well, if we change armor, the portrait refreshes. So this finally works. And we also have a group, a working group system right now. So we can accept and write in our group. And only the people in the group can read this message. We can also leave the group, and yeah. And the biggest improvement is instanced content. So, we need, like if you enter a dungeon, you get an instance ID. And only the people in the group can join your instanced IDs. Like if you leave and join the other guy, this one got another instance ID. So, but if you like kill one boss in this instant ID, everyone is assigned to this instance ID. So we have the dungeon browser where we can choose the content. I have also implemented the first battleground and the arena. So let's just test this battleground. So we queue up and then we queue with the other up. And then, in some seconds, it's currently in debug mode. If two players join, then they get assigned to the instance ID. So, we have a standard capture the flag mode. So we are here right now. Let's just learn the mount really fast. Okay. We can attack other players. Capture the flag. Bring it back to our base to get a point. And yeah, collecting the flag 3 points 3 times flags the other team as winners. Yeah. Also, we leave the instance, getting back to our last saved position before we enter the instance. Also, arena. Let's just queue again. And there we can just PvP other players. We also need some timers come in the future builds. So also they need to be on 100% HP as soon as they join. And yeah, from here you can just do PvP, testing your abilities without any negative effects. And yeah, this is it for the instanced stuff. Also, I recently implemented some quest improvements. Like we go to an NPC, accept the quest, and then we get quest markers, like go to this position. Okay, objective is done. And then we continue making more quest objectives. Killing 5 hoodlers. So we have finally some more complexity with quest objectives, having multiple objectives. Go to this position, kill 3 mobs, mobs, collect 2 things. And then after this we can also add more objectives. Like to have more possibilities to design a quest. Go to this position, collect this position, tag with this one. More and more. Also, rewards. They will get replaced by icons in the next build. And I also made some changes on the quest log. We get a zone name and then the quest. And yeah, also categories. If it's a dungeon quest, it shows dungeons to have some better accessibility for quests. Thanks for watching. This was the 5th devlog. There are still a lot of more features I have implemented, but I want to keep the devlogs short. And also we are currently on version 0.0.5. And on 0.1 I will do the first playtest. So I will set up the store, the Steam store. I am currently having a playtest version running, but only for friends. So, and as soon we are on version 0.1, I will inform you. I will put the Steam page online so you can assign for the playtest. So I just click a button, authorize playtests, and you can just start joining and playing the game. Testing out the stuff, testing out classes, giving feedback, and a lot more stuff. Okay. Yeah, in the next build I focus adding some more elements, content, quests. We have like a 1 to 10 level progression, so you can get your first impressions playing the game, giving feedback. Is it good? Is it bad? What things need to be changed? What things feel bad? And yeah, a lot of more stuff. Thanks for watching. I wish you a wonderful day. If you like it, if you don't like it, just let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching. See you in the next devlog.